Listen, I've been hearing a lot of rumors out there as far as credit card stacking is dead in 2025. Listen, the old ways of credit card stacking is no longer working. All right, listen, man, that could be farthest from the truth. All right. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys how credit card stacking, despite whatever they're telling you out there, is still alive and still thriving. Okay. The problem is there's a special blueprint, or what I like to say, a strategy on how to do it. And in this video, I'm going to share with you guys the simple blueprint that you need to follow if you want to be able to go ahead and be successful in your credit card stacking strategy. So you definitely want to go ahead and tap in, watch this entire video, because I'm going to lace you on how you can go ahead and stack your credit cards the right way.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement.
Hey, what's going on, Blueprint family? Welcome to another dope episode of the Respect My Blueprint podcast. This is your main man and your host, your Blueprint Mastermind, sharing you guys another dope video on how to go ahead and level up on entrepreneurship, business, as well as personal finance, okay? Now, in today's video, I want to go ahead and share with you guys the best way on how you can be able to go ahead and credit card stack in 2025, all right? Now, this is going to be applicable whether you are looking to go ahead and credit card stack either for personal credit cards or business credit cards. This is more going to be on the personal side. As for the business side, there's a few nuances on this strategy, but for the most part, you still could exercise it as it's still going to be able to go ahead and get the results that you are looking for. Oh, of course, if this is your first time checking out the channel, do me a huge favor, show us some support, show some love, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Most of the viewers that we have right now are non-subscribers. We're trying to go ahead and change that around and get more subscribers to check out the channel. So we definitely want you to tap in and check out the channel. Okay, now to get straight into it, okay, because I know you guys definitely want to learn how to stack, strategize the best way in 2025. Okay, now recently, I've been getting a lot of questions as well as feedback from members in the community, as well as just in YouTube in general, as far as people asking me, hey, is credit card stacking still applicable in 2025? I applied for a certain credit card or I followed a certain strategy and I'm getting denied. I'm not getting the results that I'm looking for. I decided to go ahead and put this video together for you guys to share with you the simple strategies you need to follow in 2025. Again, this is not any strategies that's being copied or replicated from back in the day or whatever the case may be. This is for this year. So you definitely want to tap in, watch this entire video. It's going to be able to help you out. Okay. Now, before we even get into it, it's best that we go ahead and break down and understand what is credit card stacking in the first place, right? Now, credit card stacking is very simple. It's the process of applying for multiple credit cards in a strategic and specific order at multiple banks and lenders, so you can be able to access larger credit limits. Okay. Now, this is a technique that's done where basically you're applying for credit cards from banks or credit card companies that pull from a specific credit bureau. Okay. Like, for example, you would apply for Bank A, which pulls from Equifax, and at the same time you'll be applying for Bank B that pulls from TransUnion, and you apply at Bank C that pulls from Experian. Okay, so this is the concept of credit card stacking, where essentially simultaneously you're applying for 3 separate credit cards from 3 separate lenders that pull from 3 separate bureaus. Oh man, sorry, got tongue twisted for a little bit, but you get the concept here. And that is the essential definition term of credit card stacking. Okay, now a lot of people are saying again that is dead because they're really not understanding the concept of credit card stacking. 9 times out of 10, the problem lies is people are going into this strategy of credit card stacking without having the right blueprint or having the right mindset before they go into this process. And that's where I see a lot of people are falling victim on, and they're also failing on as well too. So that's why I decided to go ahead and break down the simple steps on how to properly credit card stack. So therefore you are able to go ahead and get the results you're looking for. Now, first things first, before you go ahead and start your credit card stacking, number one, you want to go ahead and set up the blueprint, which I'm going to share with you guys right now. You want to have a roadmap of exactly what's the ultimate goal you're looking to achieve, of what the objective, whether it's $100, $100,000 in funding, $50,000 in funding, also what type of credit cards you're looking for. You want to have all of this in mind. So therefore, once you start the process, you have a goal to achieve and you have a goal to hit, because not having a clear focus or a clear destination point is only going to set you up for failure, as well as it could also increase your probability of being unsuccessful in your credit card stacking strategy. Okay, so it's very important before you even start that you have your ultimate goal in mind. Like the old cliche say, begin with the end in mind, and that cannot be the farthest from the truth when you are starting to execute this strategy. Okay, now once you have your ultimate objective in line, you want to go ahead and start off with the first step, which is reviewing your credit report. Okay, now this is the most important essential part. Is you want to make sure that your credit report is on point, right? You want to make sure your profile meets all of the metrics as well as the data points that a lot of these lenders and credit card companies are looking for, especially in 2025, since they are hip to a lot of the tactics and techniques that been using up until this point. So they're starting to tighten their belt and they're starting to change their data points as well. So you want to make sure that your profile fits the criteria for their automatic approval, because the algorithm of these credit card companies are changing constantly without notice. So you definitely want to make sure that you have all of your I's dotted and your T's crossed. All right. Now, what do I mean by that? All right. First things first, you want to make sure that your credit profile is free from any derogatory remark that may hinder you from an automatic approval. And these are things such as making sure that you have 0 late payments within the past 24 months. Having a flawless payment history is going to be one of the most critical elements in making sure you get approved for your credit cards. All right. Also, utilization. Now, I know a lot of people have been saying keep it below 30%, and 30% is the threshold. But to me, right now, from what I've been seeing and the new trend that has been going with credit card companies, you actually want to keep it below 20%. And if you really want to go ahead and act, if you really ask me, I think you should keep it below 10%, as that's the real safe zone to be able to go ahead and give you the maximum amount of credit limit as well as the highest chance of approval. But if you can't at 10, of course, the threshold is 20. 30 is no longer the threshold no more, as banks are starting to be a little bit more reluctant and view 30% at a higher risk rate. Also, you want to go ahead and have at least 5 primary trade lines on your credit report that is at least 2 years or older. You want to have an average credit history of at least 2 years or more on your credit report. Having too many accounts that are very recent can trigger an automatic denial as well too. Having a longer credit history, again, 2 years, 24 months is where I say is the safe zone, and having at least 5 accounts that hits this threshold is going to put you in good position to be able to go ahead and get automatic approval. Also, making sure that you have a good credit mix. What I see now, a lot of people are relying heavily on the revolving side. You want to make sure that you have a good mixture of revolving and installment loans. Okay, installment loans do play a big factor. This could be anything from personal loans, a mortgage, an auto loan, a student loan. These are great ways to be able to go ahead and start start incorporating installment loans on your credit report. And last but not least, this is also very critical, limiting your inquiries, okay? You do not, trust me, do not want to have any more than 1 to 2 inquiries on your credit report, especially within the last 60 to 90 days, okay? Banks are very sensitive to the amount of inquiries. Once you start getting more than 2 inquiries, you get 3, 4, 5 inquiries, that could also trigger an automatic denial despite what your credit score is, all right? So typically what I've just outlined there is the profile that you are looking, that you would want to have on your credit report in order to be able to go ahead and get approved for this, to be able to get approved for credit cards, as well as to be able to execute this credit card stacking strategy. The second thing you want to be able to do as far as this blueprint on executing your credit card stacking strategy is researching the banks that you're applying for. Now, this is where I see a lot of people overlook, and where they fail at is they're not doing the proper due diligence, all right? Now, what I mean by researching the banks you're applying for, you want to go ahead and see which banks will pull your credit and in what order, okay? 9 times out of 10, a lot of credit card companies and banks, they offer pre-approval tools. So you'll be able to go ahead and gauge whether you're going to get a final approval for the credit card just by checking out the pre-approval tools. That is another great way as well too. Also, what bureau they're pulling from. Now, this is extremely important, okay? It's because which bureau that the banks pull from will allow you to go ahead and know not only which bureau, but also to which of the other 2 bureaus you need to freeze prior to applying for this particular credit card as well too. Again, here's a nugget I want to share with you. Whenever you're applying for a credit card with one of the credit card companies, you always want to go ahead and lock the other 2 bureaus that they're not pulling from, okay? Although they say they may be pulling, example, from TransUnion, if you keep any of the other 2 bureaus open, you are just opening the door for them to possibly pull from. And guess what? That's 2 inquiries from one credit card company. And that right there can also help you be defeated in your credit card stacking strategy, all right? Also, you want to be mindful of which credit card you're applying for and which one that you're most likely to get approved for, all right? Now, again, a lot of credit cards companies have different categories of credit cards, right? Especially credit unions. They'll typically have a rewards card, a signature card, and also a basic entry level card, right? And of course, each of these cards comes with different features, benefits, as well as different tiers of credit limits as well too. So you want to make sure that you're applying for the right card, whether it's one for its reward points, one that will give you cash back, or one that just simply gives you a higher credit limit, all right? So again, depending on what your ultimate goal is, you want to be able to go ahead and apply for the credit card that is going to fit your ultimate lifestyle, all right? Now, once you have done the proper due diligence and answered all of the questions that I've just outlined here, then you can go ahead and move on to the next step, of course, actually executing the credit card stacking strategy, okay? Now, once you have, again, found out which bureau they pull from, now you want to go ahead and apply for no more than 3 to 4 credit cards per bureau. Again, 3 to 4 credit cards per bureau, and this is maximum. Again, this is another area where I see a lot of people overdoing it and they're not following the proper rules, okay? Think about it. If you're applying for 7 different credit cards from each different credit bureau, by the time you get to the 5th credit card, they're going to see the first 4 that you applied for already. And that's going to automatically trigger a denial, because they're either going to deny you for even having too many inquiries or for having too many recent accounts appear on your credit report, okay? So this is why it's very important that I, again, say that you don't want to apply for no more than 3 to 4 credit cards per bureau. Typically, I would say 3. So if you apply for each of the 3 credit bureaus and it's 3, that will give you 9, up to 9 credit cards to apply for. And again, depending on what your end goal is, 9 different credit cards, let's just say they're at $1,000 each. That's, hey, $90,000 in credit. If you execute this strategy correctly, you'll be able to access all within a short amount of time by following the credit card stacking strategy. Okay. Now, again, by following this strategy, you should be able to go ahead and achieve the ultimate goal and be successful simply by following the simple steps that I've outlined here. Not simple, it's very simple, not overcomplicated. It's not a 6-step process. Just following these simple steps here will make sure that you put yourself in position to be able to go ahead and to get approved. And again, this is applicable whether it's for personal or business funding. All right. Now, a couple things I do want you to be aware of prior to going through the strategy, and common pitfalls I see people fall through, is again having too many inquiries, right? Having no more than 3-4 inquiries per bureau is going to go ahead and put you at a higher risk category, as well as it can even cause you to get denied from the credit card company by having too many inquiries. Again, there is a way on how you can go ahead and remove these inquiries. If you want to do, stay to the end of the video. I'll give you a tip. All right. Also, making sure that you're not missing any payments. Again, like I mentioned earlier, 100% payment history within the 24-month period is critical. One missed payment not only can torpedo your score by up to 100 points, but it could also lead to a denial as well too, despite what the remaining elements of your credit profile looks like. So do things such as set up auto payment for your credit cards, so therefore you never put yourself in a position of missing a payment on any one of your credit cards. Okay. Also, number 3, not overextending yourself. You want to make sure that you apply for the credit cards not only fit your lifestyle, but again, you hit your objective and that's it. You don't want to go ahead and get too many credit cards that's not doesn't fit your lifestyle, that'll end up overextending yourself and getting you sometimes in a situation that you're unlikely to dig yourself out of. Okay, so only stack when you are able to go ahead and manage the credit cards that you're looking to acquire, or if you are going to leverage it into any type of income producing asset or an objective that you're trying to accomplish, then that'll go ahead and help align with the goals that you're looking to do. Okay. Now, a couple of quick tips on how to be able to go ahead and boost your credit profile. Number 1, you may want to consider adding an authorized user to your credit as piggybacking off of somebody who has an impeccable credit profile like the profile that I just mentioned earlier is a great way to be able to go ahead and build up your credit profile, build up your score to be able to help you get you in position to get approved for a credit card. Okay. Also, removing inquiries. There is a special strategy on how you can go ahead and remove inquiries. Typically, you want to do this right after you've done with your credit card stacking strategy. Okay. Because of course, once the credit cards hits your credit report, then you will not be able to go ahead and remove the inquiries, as what that's going to do by challenging these inquiries and getting them removed off your credit report is going to most likely get the account closed. And of course, that's going to defeat the entire purpose of you opening the account in the first place. All right. So make sure that when you are removing any inquiries that you do so within the 30-day period of them pulling your credit report and before account actually hits your credit report as well too. All right. So listen, I hope these tips and strategies that I've shared with you on how to properly credit card stack definitely helps you guys out in being able to go ahead and leverage for more credit and funding. If you want more tips and more help on how to be able to go ahead and credit card stack or leverage for more funding, check out the Credit the Game Academy, where it's the #1 academy on we share with individuals on how to build, repair, and leverage their credit to be able to get over $50,000 funding in little to no time. Also, check out these free ebooks that we've just released. All right. We've just released our free ebook bundle that'll show you how to be able to jumpstart your credit, get business credit, and also a list of all the secret lenders, as well as how to remove hard inquiries off your credit report. Okay. So again, if you want to know the strategy on how to remove inquiries, here, check out the ebook that we have in the description below, as well as click the QR code on the screen, as it's going to go ahead and put you in position to go ahead and get those inquiries off. All right. But also, listen, thanks for checking out the channel. Drop a comment below on this value that I've just dropped today. Let me know if this credit card stacking strategy has worked for you. All right. If you've been able to be successful on the blueprint I shared with you, let the community know, because listen, we're not gatekeeping nothing over here. We want others to be able to get this information so they could be able to execute it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. That's the only thing we actually return. This allows us to be able to go ahead and drop more dope content like this, as well as be able to go ahead and bring more fire to you guys. All right. But other than that, thanks for tapping in. Thanks for tuning in. And as I always end all of my videos, catch you on the flip side. Take care. Peace.
Blueprint, yeah. Blueprint. This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep, let's Paul with Blueprint. This guests are exclusive. Get on and tune in and then learn some new tips about credit, finance, investment. A nice chance to get rich and buy land. Flip it, quick 9 bands. Learn all the skills from Wes, he did it. Learn how to build successful business. Run up a mill and get the digits. Run up a mill. Look, safe place where guests are speaking. Based off financial freedom. All facts, no cap, believe it. Podcast, you have to see it.